Ready? We got this.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
We got this, right? One, two, three. Okay. We're here.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
What are we doing? Well, first off, before what we're doing, who are we?
I'm Vicky Marie.
And I am Reden.
Hello.
And we are starting a podcast
Called Bahala Ka.
Bahala Ka. Or for the people that
Are not Filipino.
or just don't know the language at all,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure, like myself, I'm Filipino and I don't know the language. So,
And there's me.
who?
I can speak some.
Yes,
Mhm.
and there's people that can't speak at all. But what does it translate to?
Bahala Ka itself means do whatever.
Do whatever, yeah, and
Roughly translates. It's not like
right,
exact.
because language is not one to one.
Yes.
But you have heard this.
Many
I have heard
times.
this. I'm sure many other people have heard this in some shape, way, or form from our parents. And the phrase in its completion is
Bahala ka sa buhay mo,
right.
which means do whatever you want with your life.
Yeah, and it's usually said in kind of like a condescending way, or in a way
Very
that makes you
angry.
yeah, right.
Basically, if your parents do not approve of whatever it is you're doing,
Yeah, it could be something small like I want to sleep in this morning,
it's like,
or
bahala ka.
yeah, or it can be something big like
I don't want to become an accountant. And
yeah,
It's like,
or a nurse.
eh,
Oui.
oui.
And yeah, so again, this is a podcast that we wanted to make together because I feel like it is another way to express ourselves creatively.
Yes.
As I myself, I do acting, I do online entertainment, and for you,
I love to make videos. I write.
you're a great writer.
Thank you. You're a good actor.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I also do photography as well, so we create in many different forms. And so we decided to also tackle the podcast world.
Yes, and it has been quite the tackle. I feel like just even getting to this point where we are right now, it has been a big hurdle and a big marathon to get to here.
Expensive.
And it's gonna get better over time. And let's just talk about like what you contributed to this process and what I contributed to this process. Would you like to start?
Sure. I helped approve some tech. That's some of the
Yes.
things that I did in the tech. After that, I really just helped plug and unplug things. I provided the cameras, but that has been a bit.
It's just been a bit tricky. Because it's my first time working with a DSLR,
Yes.
and I just don't know how it really works with tech-wise. But we're getting it working, and we figured out many of our problems.
Yes.
So that's good.
I think the big problem right now is the timer on this camera.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
Currently, it's fine.
So I mean, you focus more on. I think it's safe to say that you focus more on the branding.
On the branding,
You're really good at that.
Yes, and it also helps that I was like, I've had experience in the past, so I was like, oh, this is what I'm good at. So I'll create the social media handles and everything, make sure no one takes our handle.
Exactly. I mean, I'm surprised that our handle was even available.
I'm surprised. I feel like I thought someone would have a podcast
Right.
with this name at least.
Because
no.
you see so many people, like so many Filipino like merch creators.
Yes.
There's so many of like the phrases on there, right? Like
yes.
Like, I can't even think of one right now, but there's
a lot of shirts, a lot of clothing
right.
businesses that have this phrase, if not the whole phrase, on a shirt, and
I was thinking about other phrases too. So
Yeah.
like I don't even know, like
Pek.
pek or like maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, or
There's a lot of phrases, but I'm surprised this phrase specifically, there aren't other podcasts out there with this, so we're very lucky.
Yeah.
that other people don't. And if there is, then
we took it first.
we took it first.
And sucks to suck. So
don't be mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's time to get underway for like the meat of this episode.
I guess.
Yeah. But first, I mean, what are you drinking in your cup?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. And I'm drinking some hot green tea.
Yes.
Should we cheers to the first episode? Yes, here we go.
Clink.
I hope that picked that up. Mine's still kind of hot, so I might be drinking this throughout the episode, but
Mine is so cold.
It's our first episode.
Yes.
And we hope to kind of like format this episode where we collab on some episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Some episodes are kind of driven by you, and some are driven by me.
Yep.
But today's episode is gonna be an introductory one.
Yep.
We're gonna just kind of see how we do for this first one, and just kind of go from there. And for people that know us, which I'm sure that all of our friends and family are going to be watching this episode, or the ones that are interested are.
If they want, only if they want to.
Maybe you'll learn some new things about us. And for the people that are somehow finding this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or even on YouTube, I mean, like, you get to learn some new stuff about us as well. You get to learn just everything, because everything's going to be new for you guys. Yeah, I think we're going to talk more about why we wanted to start this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of like lead that into some Q&A. Little Q&A. And we wrote questions, and we also...
I wrote 10, he wrote 10.
We also sourced out some other ones too.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, for right now, for what we think, like what we discussed,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of want this just to be a podcast with you and me to start.
Yes.
And as we get this going and
we
get more
figure things
comfortable,
out.
and setup doesn't take like over an hour to do, I'm sure we'll be able to add on guests and maybe even do like, I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just see where it goes.
Right now, it's just
right now, I'm just enjoying the ride with you. So I'm here with you.
I'm here with you too, baby.
But you listen to a lot of podcasts.
I do.
And I like to think I mean, do I listen to a lot of podcasts now? Not really, but I did, like, beginning COVID, even the years before that. I mean, who wants to talk first about like our experiences with podcasts? Because when we were trying to like devise this up, we were like, okay, what kind of podcasts do we want to kind of like mimic or base it off of?
From for me, when we were figuring things out, I was thinking more of, because for me, I listened to Asian Boss Girl a lot. It was just really nice because they were like the first podcast I would ever listen to, and then from them I would listen to.
How old were you when you first listened to that podcast?
Probably definitely in college.
Okay.
Probably like my second or third year. That was when, because at first I was so against audiobooks. I was like, I wanna read the physical thing, but then I was like, podcasts are also nice, and it makes my everyday tasks so much easier. Like sometimes I would listen to them during work, and
or on drives.
So I went from Asian Boss Girl to then all of a sudden the Try Guys had a podcast, and it was called The Tripod.
Right.
So I listened to them, and then their significant partners made a podcast as well. So I would listen to them.
Right?
The Try Wives. That one's called You Can Sit With Us. And then I also, every now and then, especially during work, I would listen to a marriage therapy podcast.
Right.
And it's not just for marriage. It's stuff that you can apply to, that we can apply to our relationship, or just in anything, in like any friendship or business partnership you have. And it was just nice to listen to there. And then I think one of the newer ones is Greek mythology. I love my Greek mythology.
I just learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I don't really talk about it, but it was just something I would listen to at work.
Okay.
It's interesting.
How do you make a podcast? I mean, how do you make a podcast?
Well, so this person, she just I forgot what the title is, but she's basically talking about Greek myths, but in a more casual way.
I mean, there's a lot, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's a lot, but this one, it's out of all the other podcasts I was trying to listen to, talking about different Greek myths. I liked this one person's, and it just feels like I'm talking to a friend over coffee.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
It's nice.
Nice.
Talking about Zeus and how many people he likes to have sex with and how many kids he has. So it's just like, oh, this guy's a maniac.
I mean, so good they made some games about it.
Yep.
3 of them, I think. 4? I don't know how many God of War games there are, but
I know there's a lot. That's it. But that's, I think, listening to so much, that's why I feel like, I'm like, oh, I could do that too. You know?
And we're doing it.
And then then how many podcasts have you listened to? I
mean, I definitely started off, I think maybe 2018, 2017.
Okay.
Like I'm not the biggest fan of Anna Faris, but I remember like she has a podcast called Anna Faris is Unqualified, and I must have been like recommended it in like either Pandora or Spotify, and I just I was like, oh, a celebrity podcast, because I saw that they would always have like guests on, like celebrity guests.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I liked it. I liked her interview style. And I just thought her interviews with the guests were really interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the last time I ever. Okay, here's another fun fact. Okay.
Okay.
So that podcast is the reason why. Okay. I'm sure you have times where like you have a hard time peeing, right? You have a hard time peeing.
Yes, love.
And you know, I get nervous all the time, especially when I'm going to like a public restroom. I'm just like, okay, I gotta pee. Anna Faris had I don't know if he's still a part of it, but it was like the co-host. I think his name was like Seb or Sev or something like that. He was talking about how he gets really nervous to when he pees like in public places, or just like, even when he's just like up late at night and he just really has to pee. One of the things that I've like retained from my time watching that podcast is that he mentally in his head he counts up by 3s, starting at 0. Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and apparently that's supposed to take focus away from like whatever you're doing, and then it helps you pee. So like usually by the time I get to like 36, I'm finally peeing because I'm so
you're in your head about it.
I hope I'm not the only one that does this, because like I definitely rely on it, and I just realized that that's where I got it from.
I didn't know this.
I mean, it helps.
But I've heard you counted.
I've done it out loud?
Yeah.
I do it mentally.
I've heard you count before. I would be like brushing my teeth, and then sometimes I hear 6, 9, 12, 15. And I'm like,
well, damn.
He's counting.
Well, damn.
I never asked about it. I think it's because it only happened like about twice.
Yeah.
But I just thought, oh, just to take his mind off so he's not in his head about trying to pee.
I mean, it works. It works. So,
I count myself to sleep.
Okay, that's weird.
What? Because people count sheep.
I mean,
but I count backwards from 100, and usually around 70 or like 60. That's what I'm out.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes when I feel like I don't want to get a 60 or 70, I start over because then I'm getting anxious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also helps in panic attacks. So I get it. I've just never done it to help me pee.
Okay. Another big podcast that I spent a lot of time listening to was maybe around like 2019, 2018. That's when I was really like I made cinema and movies like a really big part of my identity, and like I really wanted to know like what's happening in the industry and like what people think about certain movies.
Yep.
What year was Incredibles 2?
Definitely before COVID.
2019, 2018?
2018 probably.
Okay, so that's when I was listening to this podcast. It was called Cinemaholics. And essentially it would just like be like this one guy or maybe 2 guys, and they would bring in like another person usually, and they would just talk about movies that they've seen, right? And it always gets really spicy around Oscar season. And then the other big one would probably be Jenna Julian podcast, because and that's probably the main inspiration that I got for starting this one and kind of how I want to model it.
It was a big one.
It was a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, they did for years. And I always liked Jenna. And I watched Julian all the time on Twitch and stuff. And
I watch along with you sometimes.
yeah. And I just like the way they kind of have this sort of like not relaxing, just a very casual way of approaching a podcast. And it's just a way for them to spend time together. And I thought, oh, like I want to do that with my significant other. So there we go. But yeah, those are my main three.
I had a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised like one of the main ones was not like a murder one. Like
I can't.
There's so many of those, right? What's the main one? Like How to Get Away with Murder or something like that?
That's a show.
Or my murder. My Murder Mystery.
I don't know.
There's a lot of those.
I try not to. You know me. I cannot watch or listen to these kind of stories because I tend to have nightmares. And I will. You've heard some of my nightmares. I had to wake you up.
Crazy violent nightmares,
I have
dude.
Crazy ones.
Bloody ones.
Sometimes I'm getting stabbed, and I'm aware it's a dream, and I'm trying to get out of it, but they're still going. So yeah, the most recent one was when I was sleeping over here, and I'm like, I start crying.
Yeah, dude, you like woke me up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
I don't know. It was so bad.
But dude, I was like, at least I know I was like ready to go. Like I thought something happened, so then I was like ready to like, I was ready to fight. I go, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So I cannot. As much as what sucks is I do enjoy watching things like that, like Criminal Minds. That's my big thing. But I don't know if you remember when I was rewatching the show that I was still having a lot of nightmares from it, and I had to stop. And I enjoy them, but I have to be careful, especially when I watch them, because if I really want to listen or watch those type of things, I would have to be very early in the day so that things can happen. And I'm not always thinking about it. If I watch it right before I go to sleep, then that's it.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm having a dream of a serial killer chasing me and my dog.
Mushu.
Mushu.
Mushu. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we are missing before we move on to the next part of this?
I don't think so.
How about our plant that we have here on display?
Miss Tasha.
Apilia peperomioides.
Yeah, for the people
Chinese money
not
plant.
watching and you're listening. If you know what the plant is, then you got that.
We're gonna have a constant rotation of a plant to be on display.
Yes.
So, I have a lot of them, and she does too. So all started because of COVID. Because I wanted to take care of something. I
had plants before I started dating you, but ever since I started dating you, it got out of control.
Yeah.
I am now propagating probably every few months, and I have new plants all the time. It's your fault.
I mean, spring's coming around, so we have to do a
big repot.
A big repot, and that's gonna be interesting because we want to make sure that our plants are thriving. This is their growth spurt. This is when they hit puberty every single year.
I ran out of fertilizer. We need to buy more.
We'll get more. Okay. Before we move on to the next section, should we just kind of preface that, like, we mostly want to have this podcast be unedited and just have it be raw with very little interruptions.
I want to fucking roll.
But our camera right now has a 30-minute timer on it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're going to get this fixed next week, hopefully. But expect like a sort of cut around the 29-30-minute mark, and we'll try to remember where we left off.
Yeah.
But I think after this episode, we'll definitely have it all be seamless, just one uninterrupted block. And yeah, so there we go.
There you go.
So we got some questions for each other. We wrote down, we were inspired by the HBO interview of Olivia Cook and Emma Darcy. We're going to go ahead, and I just liked how they did it. I think it's an interesting way to kind of get to know each other. I love them too.
They like hot. I'm sorry.
So you wrote 10.
I wrote 10.
I wrote 10. My roommate Sean, he wrote 5. He crowdsourced it over on Discord. So we're gonna add those in. They gave us the caveat that we are allowed to skip one,
Yes.
as long as we at least read it out loud.
Okay.
So 25 questions in here. How many are we doing per?
Let's start off with 10 for now.
10?
10 for now.
So 5 each? Or 10 each?
Oh, 10 each.
Oh, shit.
I guess. I just
Well,
feel
but-
like some of mine will.
But the thing is that we're both answering
Are we?
the question.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of intended.
All right, so let's do 5 each.
So 5
first.
each?
Okay.
Okay, sure. But the person that asked the question answers first.
Yes.
Or the other person answers first.
You pull the question, you're going to answer.
That's how they did it in the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so
In
Let's-
the
let's-
video, they pulled the question and
Right.
the other person answered. Actually, do you want to follow that?
yes,
Okay.
that's more.
So you pull, I answer. I pull, you answer.
But we're both gonna answer.
But we're both going to answer.
Yeah.
Got it.
So who's gonna start? We're gonna just kind of dictate it by rolling some dice here.
We have a little bowl in front of us with
We got a little.
post-it notes with the questions on it.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video, it looks like lettuce.
It's green post-it
Green.
notes. We got a D20 here.
All right.
20-sided die.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do that I indulge in is tabletop stuff. So Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. So we'll
I
get to
chose this dice.
yeah, we'll get to know more about that hopefully in future episodes. But let's just go ahead and roll first.
Whoever
And gets
has
the
the
highest
highest
one.
number goes first.
Goes first. Yeah, I'll roll first.
Yep. You good?
Go an 11.
An 11.
An 11.
I kissed the dice.
12. By 1. Yes.
High five.
Very good.
Okay. You first.
All right, let's go and put it right here actually, so that way we don't touch the mic accidentally.
Yes, love. Little mix of the lettuce.
A little mix.
Mix. Okay.
I hope. I have a feeling it's gonna be Sean first. We're gonna get one of Sean's questions.
Know. We'll see. This looks like. Actually, I can't tell. I've never seen his handwriting actually. What are some YouTube channels you used to watch back in the day? I think this is yours.
This is my question.
This is yours. It looks like your.
This is my
handwriting. Okay. So you first.
Is that how I wrote?
Yeah. What are some YouTube channels you used to watch back in the day?
Okay. So, dude, I mean, YouTube was crazy back then.
YouTube was like a movie.
It looked like MySpace pages.
Yeah.
You could comment on people's pages.
Before you could
Yeah.
change it to dark mode.
Yeah, and you could also like customize it. I remember people having like hot pink, magenta backgrounds. It was so sick.
I really just use YouTube just to watch videos. I don't think you were supposed to. I don't think you could make an account back then, right? You could just.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I don't think It took a few years and then all of a sudden make an account. That's what I remember.
I'll shout out some of the ones that like are true YouTube OGs that I used to watch back in the day. Main one probably being Smosh. Went back when it was just Anthony and just Ian.
Yeah.
All the like the food battles or like the I don't know, I forgot what they're called. And then also like Boxman. Classics.
Very much so. They're the reason why I started swearing
Yeah.
at a young age.
Shout out to Smosh. Shout out to like some other OGs like the Wine Cone.
I have no.
This is
idea.
Asian guy in Canada. He made some really cool ones.
Okay.
The people that made like Charlie the Unicorn and
Oh.
Salad Fingers.
Oh my god.
But some other like lesser known ones. You're not gonna know this group, I'm pretty sure. But there was
Okay.
a trio. They did like sketch comedy essentially.
Okay.
They were called Balloon Shop.
Yeah, I do not know.
Balloon Shop, and there are some iconic ones that I was just like younger me just was obsessed with.
Okay.
So that was a big one. I didn't watch a lot of Fred. I didn't like it. I didn't like Fred.
That was mine and my sister's thing.
Yeah.
That was for both of us.
Yeah.
Or three of us. Whoops.
But I loved watching back then when like it was the tie for first for most subscribers. It was like Smosh, Ryan Higa,
Yes,
Fred,
yes.
and like just the constant like. I was like, oh my god, I'm watching like an internet war happening right now. I thought it was so controversial.
Yeah.
That Smosh was losing its top spot.
Yeah, and I wasn't on. I don't think I was really on social media besides Facebook then. So it was like Facebook and YouTube for me, and so
Yeah.
the only time I would know if anything was ever uploaded is if I refreshed their YouTube channel, and there they are.
There we go. How about you?
So Smosh for sure.
Yeah.
Fred, I mean, that was just something that my sisters and I bonded over. Fred was funny. I don't think I enjoyed it a lot when they put him on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, he had a Nickelodeon show. Did that last long?
I can't remember. I don't think I watched the actual show, but when he was like a guest star in iCarly, things like that, it was funny. But I think after that kind of fell off for a bit when they started making movies.
Yeah.
With it, I appreciated more when he was just on YouTube. I think he's thriving now, so I think he's okay nowadays.
Yeah.
I haven't really checked in on him. My other thing was Dan and Phil.
Didn't watch a lot of Dan and Phil.
Yeah, that one is definitely a lot of their videos were on repeat for my sisters and I. Mainly like Nika, I think. Nika's my sister, my younger sister, and she really enjoyed watching the Sims videos on their gaming channel that they had.
They were gamers?
Yeah.
I thought they were like lifestyle, like kind of like.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. They also had a gaming channel. They definitely stopped at some point, but they were definitely one of the first few gamers that I would watch because I love their content. I don't really watch them now, but that was definitely something back then. Like I can watch their old vlogs without actually watching them. Like I can just listen to it and I know what's happening.
Right.
What else did I used to watch? Definitely Ryan Higa.
See, I didn't watch him.
I did.
I thought he was like an enemy of Smosh, you know. So I was just like, I don't support Ryan Higa.
But they are good. They are good old friends.
I know.
That's all I can remember that comes to mind. I know a good chunk of it was Smosh. They had so many other videos. I enjoyed watching their second channel, like their behind the scenes stuff.
Dude, Lunchtime with Smosh.
Lunchtime with
Dude,
Smosh.
Lunchtime with Smosh was so sick. I was like, I'm with them getting lunch.
Yes.
Because back then, like, I wasn't making money, so like I wanted to see what they were gonna choose, you know. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is what life in LA is like. I was like, oh, they're just like us.
Yeah.
Lunchtime with Smosh, dude.
They would even do a Q&A with Twitter, and they had a song with it. And they would say, finding Twitter questions.
Oh! Dude, that's crazy. You just brought me back. You just unlocked a little part of my brain. That's
Like,
crazy.
bowl haircut.
I mean,
Still.
it was just Ian with the bowl.
Oh yeah, he had the bowl haircut.
Anthony had this,
like
the emo Pete Wentz. All right, well, that's the first question down.
That was the first
All right,
one. You're
I'll do
next.
the second one here. Also,
I'm sweating.
just because I'm seeing the timer over there. How much time we got left before we gotta?
I don't even know.
You wanna just? It's on the bottom right there.
28
28.
minutes.
Okay, how about this? Before we go on to the next question, let's just go ahead and just cut right here.
Sounds good.
All right, 3,
Two,
2, 1,
one.
cut.
All right.
And we're back.
Oh.
We're back, y'all.
We back.
And we back. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So my question now.
Yes.
Caveat: if we get one of Sean's, did I already say this?
Yeah, we can.
We're allowed to skip one.
We have a
as long
mulligan.
as we read it out loud.
Is that what it's called? A mulligan?
A mulligan? I don't know where that phrase is from.
I don't know what that means, but
Oh well. All right.
I
My
know what
question
it
is.
does.
Oh, it's one of mine.
okay.
What was your favorite and least favorite book that you were assigned to read in high school?
Assigned to read? Ugh. I hated Grapes of Wrath. That's my answer. It was Grapes of Wrath
I love Grapes of
and
Wrath.
Huckleberry Finn.
You read that shit? I didn't read that shit.
Listen, I was in IB English, and I was in like English honors, IB English. So those books, I definitely did not enjoy reading. I just think I don't like that style of writing either. So it was hard for me to.
John Steinbeck is a classic
You're
literary author.
You're asking me my least favorite you can have.
Okay.
That's my choice.
Okay.
Okay. I remember what it was like reading Huckleberry Finn, because we had to read over the summer. We already had the reading list for us, and Huckleberry Finn was like the first one. I forget if this was like junior year or senior year for me, but I did not read it at all. So definitely first few days before school even started, I was I was trying to read it really quickly. And
did you use a lot of Spark Notes?
I definitely
in
did.
high school. I
definitely did. But I got there are times where I wouldn't even read the book, and I still passed.
Yeah, same here, dude.
I still passed, and I'm a literature major, so
Whoops. If anything, I feel like high school made us really good Google searchers. I feel like that's what a lot of jobs are nowadays. It's
We
just
know
like
how to
how
research.
good can you Google?
We also know how to bullshit our answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make like one idea into like a whole 3-paragraph thing.
I
So,
remember there was this one project I really had to. Oh man, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was able to make 15 to 20 pages of
for high school?
stuff. It was for college though.
Okay.
But I'm
Alright.
just good at bullshitting.
All right. And your favorite was?
My favorite?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have a favorite.
Definitely Great Gatsby. That had an impact on me.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I read it twice, and then my 21st birthday theme was Great Gatsby.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I think I mean, I read Great Gatsby as well. I think that was my senior year. I kind of came into it with like such high expectations, because I was just like, oh shit, Great Gatsby. Oh, it's like the same year as the movie that came out. Like, oh,
With good old Leo.
with a good old Leo and all those peeps. Baz Luhrmann. And I thought it was all right. I just thought it was just all right.
Okay.
I was like, what is this weird POV coming from Tobey Maguire, like in the book? I don't even know the guy's name in the actual book, but like
Nick Carraway.
I was just like, well, why is he writing so weird? And like, oh, we can't trust him. He's such an unreliable narrator. So crazy. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I still love it. It's definitely something the movie I rewatch a lot.
The Leo
The what's his name? Baz Luhrmann?
Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann. I switched it.
I also kind of like the regular one too, the OG one.
Actually, the movie?
The original movie.
I haven't seen it then.
It's kind of like Baz Luhrmann's like a really colorful, right? This one's like a shot of whiskey. It's very like
Well, I don't like whiskey.
it's a little weird. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll watch it sometime.
I think it's funny how we switched the letters of the name. Laz Berman.
Laz Berman.
Laz Berman.
My favorite one, I think I have two. I really liked Lord of the Flies. I think Lord of the Flies was a classic, really easy to grasp. I thought like I was putting myself in the shoes of like the people there, like, oh yeah, I'm Piggy. Oh shit, no, Piggy. Or like, oh, I'm Simon. Oh shit, Simon.
Just kept getting worse.
Yeah, exactly. And I just thought it was a very descriptive book. It was either that, or I also liked the one that was like, oh, this is so edgy. I mean, 1984 was cool.
It was cool, but also made me worried.
It made me worry too, but I also kind of didn't like our class discussions on that. I was just like, yo, this is like secure, like, you know, privacy is crazy, the government's crazy.
There are definitely people who took it way too seriously.
Yeah. And I'm just like, haha, he wants to sleep with that one girl.
Man, I cannot remember a lot of the plots.
I don't either.
Well, Animal Farm was. Have you read Animal Farm?
Oh, yeah, of course. Come on, bro.
I think that one was the one.
That was another overrated one for me,
What's going on?
where I was just kind of like, everyone was hyping up Animal Farm, and I was like, oh, haha, cool.
It's one of those things. It's just it's an assignment. I'll read it for the assignment. But if you ask me to read it for fun,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
One of the edgy ones that I did read during high school was The Stranger. I think it was called The Stranger.
I think I've read that too.
I think it's just
Is
like,
it Albert
I don't know, but I just know the one main part is like they spend a lot of time on the beach, and then he just like randomly kills someone. He just like randomly like shoots someone.
Yeah, I read this.
Yeah.
I think this is for college for me though.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I was like, oh shit, murder.
Murder.
Least favorite, The Canterbury Tales.
I did not read that.
Dude, I didn't even read it either. It's like a book from like Bible times, or even, I don't even like from like medieval times, and like it was translated into like modern English, and I'm just like, what is going on? It's like all these like folk tales
Okay.
that are so like, it was so hard to read, dude.
Okay.
I don't even remember a lot of it. I just feel the stress that it gave me. Fuck the Canterbury Tales. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, your turn.
Okay. Next question. This is two. Oh, this is mine.
Yeah.
I asked, are you a night owl or an early bird?
Because of my line of work, I'm an early bird. But also, I'm really into my
Sleep.
I try to really focus on like going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, and rising with the sun, and stuff like that. So
You're one with nature.
yeah, I'm an early bird, and I think if I don't really want to expand on that. I'm an early bird.
I'm both.
You're both.
I'm both. Definitely majority of my life night owl for sure. Especially in college where I'm doing all-nighters or going to class with only 5 minutes of sleep. I was able to manage that for a while, and then after I graduated, I started sleeping more, which is good, especially ever since we started dating.
Yeah.
And the latest I could really stay up is like 1 or 2. And I just feel
like I can stay up late if I need to.
Yeah.
But like it's very rare for me to need to wake up or to stay up late. So it's just like why?
So sometimes I feel like I have like some slight insomnia.
I mean,
So I really need like melatonin to help me. 1 or 2 was probably the latest. That I have those nights where it's just like, oh, it's 5. Yikes. And then sometimes even with that, I'll wake up early at like 6 or 7. Before it was really hard for me, but then it became easier over time ever since I got Mushu, my little dog.
Yeah.
And he just made it easier.
He has his own like circadian rhythm that you just kind of have to just obey.
Yeah, I've adapted to it, and then he's also. I think we have our own sleeping pattern. He and I. It's together. So if he's sleeping in, it's because I'm sleeping in.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah. At night, if I want to stay up late and work on something, and he's sleeping, but he's really struggling, he'll keep moving to different places. It's because it's already past the usual time he and I would go to sleep. So I think that's his way of saying like, hey, get to fucking bed. So yeah, I'm both.
Yeah.
But there's no but. I'm both.
I would like to be both, but I've had to sacrifice a lot of like late night gaming with the boys.
Yes.
Or even like late night days or late nights in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, those times it's fine. I don't want to stay up so much though.
Yeah.
There are times where I can't help it.
Yeah.
So I for me to live longer, I need to sleep better.
Exactly. So that's why I do it, right? It's just for overall health.
I want to.
There we go.
I'm working on. I'm getting better.
Yeah, we're getting better.
I'm not pulling all-nighters anymore.
I get the next one?
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna get a Sean one this time. I
want to get a Sean one.
I have a feeling we're not gonna get a Sean one.
We better.
Oh, this one. Okay. It's you.
It's me.
What'd you have for breakfast today?
What did you have for breakfast today?
What did we make together?
What did we make together?
Y'all, Filipino food's so good.
It's so good.
Especially for breakfast.
No wonder we are known for high cholesterol and diabetes.
And high blood pressure.
High blood.
Y'all, we made... You answer it, sorry.
Oh, we made corned beef hash with patatas and onions. And, Reden made it, and then I made scrambled egg with tomato. Tomatas.
Why are you putting on this?
That's how I talk with you sometimes too.
I know.
Yeah. That's my answer.
We had white rice.
With white rice.
With corned beef hash with potatoes.
We don't accept brown rice in this household. Garlic.
Yes.
No brown rice.
And Vicky made scrambled eggs with tomatoes like cooked in there.
Tomatas.
And we had coffee that I also made. Kape. And it was really good.
It
was really,
slapped.
It was.
I really liked how you made it this time.
Yeah.
Last time he made the corned beef, it was too crispy for me.
I mean, I like.
I was
crispy.
like, he likes it crispy. I didn't like it. I mean, I ate it still. It was still good.
Yeah.
I just asked for this time to not be super crispy, and it was perfect.
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 All right. That's it.
Nice.
It's you.
It's my turn now. Good ass breakfast. Please be your Sean one.
It's not just Sean. It's also Chris and Martin as well. They're also put it in there.
Oh, this is mine. What are 3 movies you'd highly recommend to someone, and why?
It really depends. It really depends on the someone, dude.
Someone you've known for a long time, and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch a movie at home."
Okay.
What 3 movies do you suggest?
It's a great question. Can I just do like 2?
You could do 2.
Just do 2. I feel like it's gonna be too long of an answer. I'll just give them my favorite movie right now,
Sure.
or of all time, I guess. And I always get a lot of hate from my friends whenever I say this, just because like they're like, "Oh, that's your favorite movie." My favorite movie is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, directed by David, one of the Davids. It's either David Fincher or David Lynch. It's David Fincher. It's got Brad Pitt and what's her name?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. And it's just about a guy that just was born old and then ages backwards.
Dies as a baby.
And spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it just goes through his entire life. It's great. It's a long ass movie, but I
Spoilers.
think that it had a very like profound effect on me as a young teenager. And I think that it tackles all of the like core aspects of like humanity and like what it means just to live a life throughout a whole movie. You know, how can you condense a whole life into like 3 hours, right? And I just think it's
Was it really 3 hours?
almost, yeah.
Dang.
I don't think it's at 3. I think it's just like 2 hours and 40 maybe.
Okay.
And it was like one of the only movies that it was the first movie to make me actually like sob and like cry and like
I didn't
not
know
have control over my tears. And it wasn't the first time that I watched it. When I watched it for the first time, it was with my brother and his family on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve.
What an interesting choice to watch with your family.
Yeah, and it was really good. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And like I can hear like the people sniffling around me. And then I got it on DVD one day, and then I watched it by myself in my living room. And yeah, the tears just started flowing. So that's my first one. I just think it's a great movie to watch at any aspect of your life. And I feel like as you age, you're gonna have a different perspective on like what it's trying to like tell you, or because you know it just goes through a whole person's lifespan. Movie number 2.
Dos.
Again, this movie, this question is so broad, so I'm gonna just say Paddington.
That was gonna be mine.
Yes, okay, fine. I'll pick another one. I'll pick.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No,
I'll change it.
no.
But why Paddington?
That shit's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, dude. It's a perfect movie. From start to finish. Also has that lady from The Shape of Water, who's
She loves her creatures.
she kind of bad, and I also like. Okay, here's another movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
I like
Did you see they're making the live action with the whole cast? The whole cast. is
Scott
coming
Pilgrim
back.
is live action.
Oh no, not live action. Animated.
Oh, that's not live action. That's
Sorry,
animated.
I meant to switch it.
Cool.
Not live action.
Cool.
They're animating it, and the whole cast is coming back.
Love me some Michael
cool.
Cera. Okay, well,
Alright.
that's mine.
My movies, well, I feel like especially this year is their year for the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. I just feel like that movie was it. It's everything I wanted in a film, and it really tackles family matters, generational trauma, and just dealing with life, like changing your perspective on how you live I don't want to say anything else, but it's like all the awards.
It's just gonna be a movie that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And
if you haven't seen it, then go see it.
Yeah, just go at it with like an open mind.
Open mind.
Because, like, on the surface, it may seem kind of like what the hell is this?
What the fuck is going on? I even think about that sometimes when I rewatch it.
Yeah, but a lot of people resonate with it, especially the Asian community. So there's just a lot to take away. So
yeah. Another movie? What's another movie? Oh man, when you showed it to me, Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Yeah, it's classic.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I think that's a great movie to show someone to like say like if they ask like I want to watch a more like I want to watch like a cinema movie. Like I want to watch something that like will really like test my limits as like a movie watcher. Like I only really watch like animated movies or like blockbuster movies. I want to watch something that's gonna like get me out of my comfort zone. I think Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a great choice.
That one's really good.
Slow, it's steady, it's measured, it's beautiful, it's
overall a fantastic film.
Yeah, and it's shot really well. The acting's great.
I didn't realize that there wasn't any music.
Yeah.
Right, that's correct. The only music you hear is from when the characters play it themselves.
And that ending. All right. Good choice.
It hurts. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Shout out to that movie. That movie was sick.
I think that's another movie I would recommend. I'm very happy we watched that in theaters when it came out.
Yeah.
That really got me. There's so many times where you can hear me sniffling and Reden would like grab my hand like, Mahal, are you okay? I'm like, it's a show. With shoes on.
I have a very fond memory of that movie. Before we move on to my question,
okay.
there was I had a friend in high school.
Yes.
Sophie, if you're listening, I'm thinking of you. Sophie would she like would show people this like YouTube video, like Marcel the Shell. And I don't think she ever showed it to me, but I always overheard it. You know, I always overheard like her like freaking out about Marcel the Shell
with shoes on,
and with shoes on, and how cute it is. And I never actually went out of my way to go watch the video. But when I realized that they were making a movie, I was like, oh, wasn't that like the movie that like Sophie was really in on? And it's a beautiful film. I think it's great. It's great. It should have won best.
It didn't.
No, it went to Pinocchio. I mean, deservedly so. It went to Pinocchio, but I would have lost my shit if Marcel the Shell won. So
I love Marcel. I love the song.
Yeah. All right, I'll go next.
Go next.
How are we doing for time?
19 minutes.
19? Okay, well that's fine. We'll probably make another stop here after like a few more questions, but
sure.
I'm enjoying my time. Again,
this is going by really fast.
The edit between the second cut and the first cut, we were just saying about like how quickly time has melted by. So anyway, I'm just glad to be doing this with you.
Yeah, I even mentioned it just feels like we're talking and having coffee, breakfast together. So this feels very natural.
This is my question.
Damn it, no.
It's all right, here we go. What is your favorite Filipino dish to eat? And your least favorite?
Oh, okay. So I don't have
just like rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I mean, my favorite is definitely I think it's an F or a P. Afritada.
Afritada. Okay.
That one.
Describe it.
Favorite. Oh, I don't know how to describe it.
I don't even know what that is at the top of my head.
It's like, I think it's like pork.
It's like a beef stew, like a pork stew.
I guess it's
like
something
dark red with like carrots and bell peppers.
And peas. I think there's peas. I don't know.
Isn't that just called menudo?
You know, there's certain meals that it's like there's like one thing that makes them all different from each other. But if I ask for afritada, my grandma will make it, and I'm like, yes, put that shit with white rice, perfect. Least favorite, it's only because I've had it so much growing up. Adobo. I've had it way too much.
I've had some really bad adobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it I've had it too much, and I think because like we were very limited in some dishes, and I mean, we're very limited, and we didn't have a lot of choices, and we didn't explore other dishes, and so that's the one I really knew the most, and now I don't want to eat it anymore.
Nice.
Yeah. You?
I have so many favorites.
Yeah. I know you do.
I like kare kare, even though I can't have it around you.
I can't have that.
I think the thing that makes kare kare so good, and for those of you that are uninformed, it's like a peanut butter meat stew. So it's like a meat mixed in with like a peanut butter like broth, I guess.
And
a
I
very
can't
thick
have
broth.
peanut butter, so I
Yeah.
can't try that.
But I think the thing that makes kare kare so good is the shrimp paste that you have with it. Dude,
wouldn't
shrimp.
know.
Dude, have you had shrimp paste?
I don't think so.
You've had shrimp paste.
I guess in some
It's even more
dish.
legit when you can see like the small little like black dots of like the shrimp eyes like in the. It's so good. I also like sinigang.
Sinigang gang.
Anything with tamarind, I fuck with.
Tamarind.
So that's why I also like tinola. Oh, and then like my favorite like street food for like Filipino food, sisig.
Nice.
Yeah. I know like the Bay or like any like sort of like big Filipino community, they'll do like sisig fries. I've never had that, but like
I think I've only tried sisig once, and that was with your parents.
yeah, but
So your dad
sisig is
made it, I
fire,
think.
dude. For those of you that don't know what sisig is, it's just kind of like a lemony, vinegary, like just like pork fat. It's like a little spicy too. It's a good like drinking and having like small like little tapa bites to like have on the side. I like those a lot. Least favorite is gonna be controversial. Lumpia.
Really?
I don't really like lumpia. I taste the oil. I taste the wrapping before I even get to the meat. The meat's always dry. I think the best thing about lumpia is the sauce.
I love lumpia, but only when it's like fresh. If you have it at a party and you arrive late to the party,
Yeah.
I'm not touching the lumpia because it's probably cold at this point.
It's cold. It gets soggy.
Yeah.
They're just too small. I like big rolls, like spring rolls. Like
Okay.
one of the favorite things I like to eat when I go get pho is like the spring rolls because it's like
Yes.
nice and herby. There's so much like grease and oil in Filipino food that like lumpia is just like the biggest like product of that. It's just like deep fried egg rolls. I'm just like, ugh. So that's mine.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
Cool. That was your question,
That's
right?
mine.
My
Yeah.
turn.
That's you.
My turn to ask. This looks like a different handwriting from yours and mine. Is this the one?
That's a Sean one. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
Sean,
go.
Chris, and Martin.
Yeah.
What do you do differently than your parents, and what will your kids do differently from you? You're answering first. You want to look at it?
Yeah.
What will our kids? First of all, you want to have kids with me?
Sorry. What?
You want to have kids with me?
Yeah, dude. One day. That'd be sick.
Hell yeah.
Put her there.
Mm.
Boom. What do you do differently than your parents? I mean, there's so many answers to this, you know? It's like, do I really want to do like the therapeutic answer, like the therapy answer, or just do like
yes,
the
this is
mean
what
answer?
this is what I want. I want you to talk about your feelings.
I think a big one is just I think I express emotion differently, rather than like I don't know. I feel like, and I'm not just kind of focusing on anger as like the main primary emotion because there is. I did experience. I mean, I experienced a whole spectrum of emotions growing up in my household, but I definitely saw a lot of anger. I saw a lot of like just pent up aggression.
Okay.
Passive aggressiveness.
Love that.
I just think I express my emotions differently. I think I saw how my household was in terms of just like anger, and I was just like, I don't want any part of that. I mean, it's still a part of me, I guess, but like I think a big one is just like I really turned to comedy and laughter to fuel my day to day, I guess. And yeah, I just feel like I'm a very funny person, and that just might be just a result of just like me wanting to find like normalcy, just to balance out like the other emotions. So that's one.
Nice.
What will your kids do differently from you? I
don't even know how to answer that part.
I would like them to be more independent from a younger age. I think I was very attached at the hip, especially since I was the baby of the family.
Okay.
I would like to see my children to be more self-sustaining, more independent.
I agree, and I hope, with us as parents, I hope we're able to provide them guidance towards that.
Yeah.
And so I hope that's what they do differently.
Yeah,
because
I want to go to I want to go to like their sports games or to like their theater events or like their recitals, but I also want to help them like outside of like at the house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that a lot. I didn't get a lot of like help. It was all kind of like me doing my own thing.
Man, doing homework, a lot of that when I did need help, my parents didn't understand some things, or later on it turned to just Google it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would end up doing, and I definitely had to put like a little bit more work into listening to the lectures and stuff during class, because I have to end up helping myself back at home. And then when my sisters were born and they started going to school, I was also their teacher because I needed to help them out there, and it sucks. So I want our kids to be able to do what I did, but not because they were forced to.
Right.
I want them to be able to be like, you know what, I think I can do this myself.
Mm.
Am I answering now my part?
I mean, I feel like we kind of answered it together. I don't know if you want to add anything else.
For the kid part of the question, but for
your parents,
what I do different from my parents, I definitely speak my mind a lot.
Yeah, but your mom does too.
I know, but there are some things that, like, how I do it, where they're just like, how dare you say that to me? And it's like, you're not supposed to, as a kid, as our child. But that kind of
Part 2, y'all.
Part 2.
I mean, yeah, let's just pick up. So, like, from your parents.
What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, so my answer for the parent part of this question, what do I do differently than my parents? I speak my mind more, and I don't care if the fact that, I'm the kid, I should be quiet and just accept things as they are. I don't like that. And why should I be quiet about my feelings and my own opinions about certain things just because I'm the kid and I shouldn't have to? That's not fair.
Yeah. There's a big like thing in Filipino culture where it's just kind of like, I'm your parent, so you do what I say.
Very authoritative.
And I think that applies to a whole bunch of other cultures as well. But like,
yes.
And I mean, I would like to not have that be that way for our future generations. I just think it's just like, I don't know, bro. Like, do you really want to have that much power over someone else? Like, that's just like,
just because you gave them life.
Yeah, it's just like
that shouldn't be like the main reason why your children should obey you.
Yeah, like if you want to have power over something, like get a pet. But even then, it's like different. You know what I mean? Or like I don't know, make a garden. You know.
And first of all, power shouldn't be like the reason either. It's like you get a pet because you want a friend.
Some people just like having. I mean, I'm one of them. I'm one of those people. I really like having control over things.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I definitely I'm a lot more open-minded from my parents, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to say no to I like. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like end it there. I'm more open-minded. I speak my mind a lot more, not just because I want my voice to be heard too. Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty good. that was my question that I pulled, right? Right.
Yeah. That was a deep one. Thank you, Sean, for that question. That was good. That was
Sean, Chris, and Martin.
Pick one right here. Let's see here. Here we go. So we got 3 more questions to share between the both of us,
Okay.
and then we'll
End it
call
there.
it wraps.
That's pretty good.
Dude, I keep pulling my own questions, y'all. Did you like wearing glasses when you first got them?
Oh man, I was so excited. I felt like a little nerd. I was like,
How old were you?
I think it was definitely middle school. It didn't help that I would read books in the dark, or a very, very
Is that
dim
true?
light. Well,
Is that true?
I think over time, yeah.
Sure.
I think over time, because like think about it, you're straining your eyes so you could read in the dark, and I just
Right.
don't think that's good.
It's like, shouldn't your eyes get stronger? Like I'm adapting. Like it's like doing
Well-
reps at the gym. You know, I'm reading in the dark.
Eye workouts.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have bad eyesight, but not as, I think yours is worse than mine.
Yeah. It
yeah.
is.
But basically, I was wondering, I'm like, why can't I really see the board in class very well anymore?
Yeah.
And then
I would do like this whole thing where I'm like, it's so bad.
but when the
But like, here's the thing: is like for you,
Yes.
did it like happen overnight, or it was just that the way it was like your entire life, and then you really need to rely on it? Because I felt
it definitely was over time. And then
Like, I don't
when
even
I had
remember.
when I had to do a routine eye exam, then
Yeah.
they were like, oh, it's getting worse.
I just never. I don't have a memory of me having good eyes or like 20/20 vision. I just thought that me having bad eyesight was like normal for everyone else. But this is like when I was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't really aware of it until all of a sudden doctor tells me, oh, you have poor eyesight, you need glasses. I think I didn't really reject it either, because I'm like, oh, I get glasses, I can choose what I want. And I think my first pair was like, I cannot remember, I think it was like a Hannah Montana brand.
Nice.
I can't remember if that was me or Nika that had that. But I think I started off with very thin.
I also had thin ones too.
It was like very thin golden glasses, I think, or maybe I don't think it was rectangular. I think it was like oval. It was so ugly. I just don't think the oval shape fit my face. Well, yeah. What was the question again?
Did you like wearing glasses when you first got them?
Yes.
Yes.
I loved it. I thought I was pretty cool. I thought I looked nice. If I look back in the pictures, I don't think so anymore. How about you?
I mean, that's the reason why I read this question, because I really wanted to answer it.
Okay.
I hated it. I felt ugly.
you look good with glasses now.
I mean, yeah, because now I know what looks good. Brother, I was about 8 or 9, and I remember my dad was just like, I heard you had bad eyes, because I was like complaining about like not being able to see, and he was like, across the street, what's that truck's license plate? And I'm like, Q, and then like he was like, we're getting you glasses,
Aye.
and he picked out my pair,
Aye.
or like I chose a pair. I didn't really know what I was looking at. I picked out a pair, and he ended up picking another pair.
Maybe the one you chose was expensive.
And they were like wire ones, like those small little wiry ones. I feel like every kid has like the same like looking pair of glasses as a young age. Like
Especially
why,
the rectangular one.
Why am I not wearing these types of glasses like at like 8 years old? You know, why am I not looking fly at 8? Why do I have to like, get like the ugly pair?
Well,
But again,
kids need them.
true.
We know.
and you know, style was different back then, but it didn't really matter the shape. It was the fact they were fucking transitionals.
My glasses were transitional.
Because, like, you know, my dad is hearing, like, oh, yeah, like, you should really get these transitionals because then they'll protect your eyes. And then my dad's just like, yeah, let's go get those. And, y'all, like, I don't care if it's supposed to help your eyes out in the long run. If you get transitionals, like, just get sunglasses, y'all. Get sunglasses.
Then you can choose a different design.
I was so self-conscious because, like, I would get teased at school.
Oh, because you're
'Cause,
out
like,
and about.
Because like I'm
With
out and about,
sunglasses.
and like oh, why are your glasses turning all dark all of a sudden? Because you're outside. I even would do like a thing, like I was so ashamed of having transitional eyeglasses that I would like take them off and like put them in my back pocket, and then like it would still get like the one of the eyeglasses, like one of the like the left one would still get dark because it's like hanging out.
Yeah.
And so like I would return from recess and then I just have like one dark eye, one regular eye, and that even got me teased. That got me teased even more. So I'm just like, yo, what the heck is this? So when I got to an age where I could pick for myself, or where my dad didn't really, he just kind of like knew that I was just gonna pick my own stuff, I asked for no transitionals just because I'm so scarred from like the teasing that I got.
I got a bad tan when I had transitional glasses.
Like an eye tan?
Yeah, like you could see
Yeah.
where the glasses were before. Didn't help that I had, well, I still do, but it's not as bad as before when I was younger. But I had bad eczema. So not only did I have a bad glasses tan, but I also had spots all over my face. And then people called me a Dalmatian before. I was like,
Nice.
I can't help it. It's eczema.
Eczema. But now I like my glasses.
I love my glasses because I know what suits me well. And
Shout out to Zenny for my glasses.
sure, me too.
Yeah, Zenny.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get that Zenny sponsorship. Use discount code Bahalaka for absolutely nothing off your Zenny order. Zenny, please. Come on, we wear glasses, man. Come on. Next question.
Next question.
Your last question.
This is mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, 10 questions is actually a good amount.
Yeah. I mean, you wanted to do 10 each, dude.
I thought some of it was just gonna be like rapid fire, but then we had stories for like everything. Okay, ready? If you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you go?
Is that your question?
This is mine. Where you going? Mars.
Right now, I'm assuming I'm taking you with me.
Yeah? Yeah, let's go. Where are we going?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to travel, right?
If we could operate there, perfect.
I want to go to, like, right now, my mind is going to like a really busy Thai restaurant in Thailand, like in a street market. I don't know if it's like nighttime right now in Thailand. Probably not. It's probably morning. But I want to go to like a nice like just very. I want to go to a street market in Thailand and eat some food at a stall, and have like a Thailand beer, and eat some like some drunken noodles, some pad ki mao.
Oh man, I'm gonna bring out my Tums.
Yeah, like I'm to the point where I have to wear like flip flops and like shorts and like a tank top to like eat there because it's so humid there.
Oh,
it's kind of what I want right now. That sounds kind of fire.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
Nice. Can you guess what my answer would be?
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Bro, we're going to Edinburgh.
To do what?
I want to look at castles.
Yeah.
I want to visit the Hogwarts locations.
That's in London.
No, there's some in
Are you talking about the cafe that?
Not the cafe. I told you this before. Like for the Hogwarts castle, there are some scenes that was shot there in Scotland.
True.
So I would like to visit there in person. Also, the greenery, nature.
It rained every single day that I was there in Edinburgh. It sprinkled every morning. It was crazy.
Nice.
It was nice. It was nice.
That's like
the air.
I just want to walk through the cobblestone streets.
It's crazy.
And
when I went.
Can we go? Let's go right now.
Yeah. Are we gonna have haggis when we go? Can we try and haggis?
Can we share? I don't want my own.
Yeah. As long as I get my full English breakfast,
okay.
we'll be chilling.
Okay.
All right.
That's where I want to go.
All right.
Would you?
Last question here.
Your last question. Yes.
It's our last question. I hope it's a Sean one. I hope it's not mine. If it's mine, can I throw it back?
Oh yeah, we've never skipped a question actually.
Yeah, we haven't skipped yet. But yeah, this has been a good first episode.
I agree.
Okay, this is my handwriting.
Get rid of it.
I'm gonna skip it for now. We'll see it for the next time. I want either yours or Sean's.
Okay.
That's what I want. Dude, it's like I know which ones are mine. Oh, drop one.
It's gonna be mine.
Feels like it. I definitely did not fold it this tight.
It's probably mine.
Sean, question.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, Sean. Okay.
It's not even just Sean. It was the other two as well.
Yeah, but this is like
it was a group effort.
Yes. In your opinion,
Okay.
what are the characteristics of a safe neighborhood?
Of a
Oh no.
low crime rates.
Oh yeah, crime.
Crime. Don't want that.
Crime is crazy.
It's crazy, man. Of a safe neighborhood. I think it being well lit at night is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want there to be street lights. I think it's because of my experience in my neighborhood right now, we have like one street light. And so walking Mushu.
Yeah, yours is pretty poorly lit.
It really is. And I already don't feel safe as a woman out in the dark. But I can't even do it as much in my neighborhood because I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta bring a flashlight each time. Those are some of the things that I can think of. What about you? Sidewalks.
Sidewalks.
Sidewalks is good. I don't have sidewalks either.
I think it's cool if the neighbors kind of know each other. You know, being able to like know your neighbors is
some crime stories. You know everybody, but then it's like, oh, he was a good guy. I didn't know he killed his entire family. I thought I knew him pretty well.
I think a safe neighborhood is usually next to a school or next to a park.
Okay.
I think those are some good traits.
I think that'd be good schools. What an interesting last question.
What a snoozer, honestly. What a snoozer, guys.
What were they thinking?
I think it's just because of their memes about me like talking about crime in cities and stuff.
Low crime rates. It's kind of hard to avoid it.
Just don't live in an urban area, I guess.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah. I guess just like being well lit and having security camera. I mean, not security. I mean, having like a ring
camera.
Ring camera would be cool.
Just. That's all I got for that question. Are we gonna end it there?
It's a terrible last question.
It's a terrible last question. One more?
Sure. You and me? Or just pick. You pick. Oh.
I don't want to pick the ones you open. Maybe another Sean question.
Sure.
Hopefully this is one. Hey, this is the last one for sure.
Sean question?
Yeah. Okay. What's a hygienic item, example, a bar of soap, a razor, etc., that you are not willing to share with your partner? Why not?
Not willing to share?
Not willing to share. We already share a bar of soap, so.
Yeah. I mean, the first one that came in my head is a toothbrush.
Yeah, I would not share a toothbrush.
I would not share a toothbrush with you. I would not.
That's all. I think I only will if that's like, if we're in a hotel, and all the stores are closed.
Oh yeah, sure.
And one of us forgot a toothbrush.
But that's like a big one because it's just in and out of your mouth.
It's only if, but. You're not supposed to share razors anyway.
You're not. Plus, men's razors are so much better than female razors.
Yeah, ours suck. Why do you think they make us buy more
I don't know.
at a higher price?
I get mine from Dollar Shave Club.
Okay.
Another potential sponsor of this channel. Dollar Shave Club is where I get my premium 6-blade razors.
You know what? I think that is a good question to end it on. That's it.
All right, y'all. This has been our first episode of the Bahala Ka podcast. Guys, thanks for just like tuning in. This is our first episode of many to come. Hopefully our future episodes will be shorter than this. I know this one's kind of ran long, but we wanted to celebrate because we're having such a good time doing this together. If you have any like ideas or suggestions for what you want to see next, ideas for the podcast, questions for the podcast, if you want to potentially collab or anything like that, like let us know. We're still starting out, and I think we started off strong, so I feel like we're gonna I can't wait to do the next one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just feel free to contact us, probably through our email that you'll find somewhere in the description of
Our email
this
is
episode.
bahalakapod@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Gmail.
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 And yeah, guys, like spread it around.
We do have, and just letting y'all know, we do have social media. We have our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I think all the handles are the same. It's at bahalakapod. Yeah, you'll find that out there.
Yeah.
I'm still setting those up, so you'll see them. Go follow them.
Yeah. And yeah, y'all, word of mouth is pretty strong, so spread it. Even if it's just kind of like, you know, just to your to your friends and family. That'd be sick. And yeah, guys, like if you stayed here till the end, thank you.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Even if you spent like 1 minute with us and it's not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. Just thanks for giving us like a little bit of your time. And I hope that we entertained you for a little bit. I hope you learned something new, and we hope to have you in the next one. So there we go.
I'll see you when I see you.
I'll see you when I see you.
Or when I hear you, really.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And
goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good?
Yes.
Yes. Did it.